Hey, it's Megan Caper. Um, I call myself a holistic healer, and I know that means a lot of different things depending on who you talk to. So, I wanted to talk today about what I think holistic healing is and how it can help you become healthier and happier if it's working, but also how dysfunctions can occur when your body is not working in a holistic way. So, in my point of view, our emotional health, which to me also includes our thoughts, I'll talk about this in a minute, our physical health, and our spiritual health are all intertwined. They are all part of one system in our body mind. And we like to sort of separate them to make it easier to talk about them, which it does. But when our bodies are addressing these issues, it's addressing them as one big system. So that's what I mean by holistic is this overlapping of spiritual, emotional, or thought health and physical health. So, what does this look like? What does it look like when you have your emotional or thought health working? And so, what that looks like is emotions come up, thoughts come up, and we're able to sort of experience them and at the same time observe them and sort of learn from them and figure out what it is that we're supposed to be gaining from this emotion or this thought. For example, if anger comes up, anger is about something that's in my way, something that I feel is unjust or that I don't like, right? It doesn't jive well with my values or my principles. And so I get angry, you know Sadness can be about something that I feel like I've lost or something that I long for that I don't yet have. And then from these feelings, thoughts can come, right? So, sadness, a thought could come, I'm lonely, I want a partner, right? But these are all just instructional things and they're giving us information about our spiritual life. See the overlap? They're all intertwined. Our physical bodies are things like, physical dysfunction can look something like, a chronic illness or, you know, some sort of immune system function, autoimmune disease, or digestive problems, or something like that. And these two can definitely overlap. You can have anxiety that causes you to have stomach issues, right? I see this a lot that there's sort of an emotional trigger for a physical complaint. Or the other way around, if you have chronic fatigue, for example, it can end up causing depression, right? Because you just don't have the energy to do the things you want to do in life. So these two systems work together all the time, and dysfunction in one can cause dysfunction in the other. And then the third system I tend to look at is our spiritual life, our spiritual systems. And these are sort of our core guiding principles, ideas, desires, inspirations of what we want to do with our 80 to 100 years we have on this planet, or however long we have. And spiritual dysfunction can look like depression, right? So there's this overlap with emotional stuff, right? If you're in a soul-sucking job that is just not what you love or want to do, that's a spiritual issue, right? You're denying your own genius. You're denying your own unique self, your own unique creative spark, right? And maybe you're doing a job just because it makes you a lot of money or it's what you were told you were supposed to do by your parents or whatever it is, but it's not following your own spiritual calling. Same thing with, what you do with your leisure time or how you relate to your family or, how the partner you've picked, right? These can all be a mismatch with our spiritual callings, our spiritual desires. Um, and they can cause physical illnesses and they can cause emotional dysfunction, right? So you see how these are all starting to overlap and work together if you're in a state of health, right? If you have all of these things balanced, it creates a greater state of health. But you can see how if any one of these are out of balance, it can cause issues with that system and any of the other systems. So when I work with people, I work on all three systems at once. And I believe that when you start balancing one, the others naturally just sort of start to come into place a little bit, right? Like they all sort of like jiggle right into place. And so it almost doesn't really matter which way you start to work on it. It will create a greater sense of health. I mean, I think we've all experienced that if we start engaging in a physical activity that we really enjoy, it creates greater emotional health, it creates greater spiritual health, right? So when I take 5 minutes a day and like put on, goofy dance music and dance around my apartment, just moving my body, it helps my physical health, it helps my emotional health, and it helps my spiritual health because I feel connected through music to the people that made that music, to, the other people that are enjoying that music. So it works on all of these levels. So those are just a few examples, but really this holistic health idea is about creating these balance in these what we see as three different systems but our bodies see as this one system. And if you really can work on any one of these, just using your intuition of like, what does my body need? And again, our intuition can come up as physical signals, emotional signals, or it can come up as those like spiritual drives or inspiration or motivation. If we really get in tune with ourselves and can listen to these signals and learn what our body is trying to tell us when things are off, it's just your body trying to tell you to get back into balance. That's all that is, right? So if we can figure out, what is the message you're telling me? Why do I have these chronic stomach aches? Why do I have this anxiety in the mornings all the time? Or whatever it is, the symptom that's cropping up, why can't I find a job that makes me happy? If we can figure out what the messages are that our body minds are trying to tell us and get these things back into balance, woo, we start to feel so good and so aligned and so sure that we are on the right path and that we are cared for and protected and that everything is going to be okay. So I hope that was helpful. If this is a message that resonates for you, I would love to know. Please leave a comment or send me an email or something, and let me know uh, what part of this resonated most for you. And if you want more information, you can always find more about me at my website, which is www.megancaper.com. That's just my name, megancaper.com. All right, I hope you're doing well and having a good day wherever you are, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.